Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon. Yeah, right. Sorry. So, thank you for your assistance, for your attention. And thanks mainly to the Journalists and Writers Foundation for this invitation. But also thanks to Arcoforum España, Arcoforum Spain, for bringing me this opportunity of sharing with you and with this privileged panel some ideas that come from my own experience as a neuroscientist and also my own experience as a mother and grandmother. I have a presentation. Okay. Okay, so let me start with this title, which sounds like a fiction science movie, Building Peaceful Brains, which sounds like this, but I can tell you that from my own long experience in the lab with animal models, studying how the development of the brain can be affected by different agents during a very specific period of life, which is the gestation and also the postnatal building period. I can tell that building peaceful brains can be true. And not only based on experimental data, but also in human data. So there are two main issues, two main factors that are underlying this possibility of building, constructing peaceful brains. And these two issues are love and education. Love, affection, given in a very crucial or significantly critical period, which is, as I said, the moment of the birth, also the previous months of gestation, but mainly the first 6 years of life. For studying in the lab the interaction between behavior and brain, we are based on mainly the findings of the eminent neurophysiologist Santiago Ramón y Cajal, Nobel laureate, which he quote that every person, if they so desire, becomes a sculptor of their own brain. And somehow we are saying with this something that we have been listening during the whole panel about the powerful of the will, of the learning, and of the taking decisions about ourselves in our lives. But love and affection has to be with the perinatal period, mainly with our mothers or parents or caretakers. Can be sometimes, because some specific reasons, our parents can be caretakers. So the studies about brain in relationship with behavior are fundamented or are based on one of the most striking phenomena that were described at the beginning of the 20th century by Santiago Ramón y Cajal, which was that the growth and the development of our neurons, the fundamental units of the nervous system, the central nervous system, growth and develop thanks to the behavioral experience. So that means that our brain in somehow is shaped during early postnatal period, and also continues this development, but in a different levels of rising. Education has to be with rights, with attitude, with a playet of different factors, different variables, which are all of them in the 26th article of the Universal Declaration of UN about human rights, and also in the UNESCO different studies about education for non-violence. So peace education is based in three main factors. One is family. Family in some important period of our lives, as I said, around the birth and the first years. School, as with the educative policies of every country, and finally the environmental factors. So all together, they are forming what our way of being in life is going to be. So it's important to know that the acquiring of values, the developing of attitudes, the construction of skills in our behavior, in our way of facing life, the empathy, the sense of empathy, and in general, the behavior to live in harmony with oneself, with the others, and in society, and also respecting the natural environment. This is the result of how the recipe of good education for sharing values with the rest of the world, even the diversity that we are characterized, can be a good result for everybody in the planet. As I said, brain structure and function has been studied through animal models because obviously we are studying molecular processes about how transmission and how exchange of ions in the channels of the neurons, etc., are taking place for affecting, altering, or supporting, underlying some kind of behavioral pattern. This kind of approach of studying behavior in my field is called behavioral neuroscience. In my case, I've been working, I'm not going to say how many years because I'm still a little bit shy about my age. And somehow we say that parental-children relationships are shaping our brains and thereby our behavior. Let me show you, after these years of studying in animal models and also in human, this kind of significant interaction between brain structure and later behavior or later character of the people. We try to make understand to the children how important is this part of our lives, this kind of factors in our life. So we decided to make some programs for children from 8 till 15 years old, which is called Semana del Cerebro or Brain Awareness Week. One is done here in Washington, thanks to the National Museum of Health and Medicine, and in Spain we are doing with UNESCO support. This is very simple, it's just a very complete program in which the children, they are immersed in 5 or 6 stations with 5 minutes like this, but I'm overpassing my time, sorry. Knowing how a neuron works. This is the most simple model till how the brain can intervene in different complex behavior. So they are interested in this kind of relationship between behavior and neurobiology, brain, and they understand in somehow how important it is to have good interaction and good love and a good relationship with others. And they play together and they understand how they can be better people, making somehow part of these SDGs achievements, trying to make a better world through real experiences. Just let me go very fast about my aim as a neuroscientist was at the beginning to study in a very rigid and rigorous way the brain and the endocrine system. But now that I'm in all, I have some reflection and some conclusion that I try to write in this book, which is Popular Science. And I try to give a very simple or simplistic, in a negative way, recipe for how to try to maintain a good relationships with children, mainly in the first years of age. And it's the 3A in Spanish, which is amar, animar, alimentar, which is to love, to reinforce, which is animar, to reinforce, to motivate, and to feed with the best in the best way we could. And we are very lucky in Spain because we have the Mediterranean diet, so which is recommended for all the pregnancies and also in general for people for having a good diet. So this is my recipe in the Cerebro Afectivo about how to keep a good way of facing life. So the long-term effects of parental love are obvious, and it's that during this perinatal period, we need to have love, and we need to have different sources bringing this kind of love in the best way. And just for finishing, I can't help myself. I want to introduce you my daughter with her child when he was born. And the right one is the same baby, but 9 years old now, who is very devoted to books. And he was wrong. We went to a gallery of art, and he thought that was a piece of art. He thought that he could manage the books and was a piece of art. He was very, very taken with so many books. And this is my son Fran, with his own son. So I'm grandma already. I'm very happy. Just let me finish with the preamble of UNESCO, which enclosed the idea, the insight that I've been trying to communicate to you in this oral statement, which is that since wars began in people's minds, it is in these minds that the defense of peace must be built. And thank you for your kind attention.